Hello, everybody. Back here again for a vlog a day, and today is Monday, the 22nd, and today was a beautiful day outside. Just gorgeous weather. Had some wind, lots of wind came up. Had a crazy little rainstorm pop through, but nothing major. Got a few things done this morning, not a lot. I've been eating a lot more bananas and avocados lately, so I was doing a lot more of that, and it's amazing how much different avocado can taste with a little bit of salt and pepper in it as I crush it up to eat it on my crackers, just as my, I don't know, just a way to kind of shovel it into my mouth instead of a spoon. So went ahead, changed the flavoring quite a bit. So I've been putting salt and pepper, and I think tomorrow I'm going to try some garlic in there also and see if that changes the taste of it in the morning, which you wouldn't really think you want a lot of garlic on a breakfast meal. So we'll see how that turns out. But so far, even just the salt and pepper made a hell of a difference in the thing. I saw like a bunch of recipes online. I looked up that had everything from like smoothies and all kinds of weird shit to do with avocados, and I was like, just eat them. It's just not that big a deal to eat the damn thing. It's healthy for you. It's a good brain food and all that fun stuff they say. So it is what it is. But I got a few things taken care of. Played in the yard a little bit. Did a little bit of yard work here and there. Of course, messed with the dog like I do. Played with him outside and kind of wrestled with him a little bit here and there. But mostly he's getting pretty old, so he doesn't play very hard very long, and he wants to nap a lot more. So worked in the CNC for a little bit. Working on a custom ashtray for a customer request, actually a friend request, but asked me if I could make it, and it's not the simplest design ever to try and do that configuration into an ashtray. So working on the state of Florida shape and seeing if I can't figure something else out in that to kind of make it work. So I did a couple test runs on it, and some I completely just some junk cedar wood, some cheap wood that I don't want to waste good wood until I know I have what I want down. So I kind of got it figured out. I got the general basics, and I just got to scale it up to make it larger because obviously I was using on a smaller piece of wood than what he wants. The one's about 12 inches at the wide at the tallest point. I guess it'd be not the widest, but tallest point, and I think I made it like 8. So worked on it. It ended up being like 8 by 7 instead of 12 by 11, but it gave me a good proof of concept. So I think I've got that figured out. I think I kind of know where I want to go. Now I just got to find a piece of wood that I think is justifiable to, I guess, cut that deep into and the whole thing. So I've got some really nice big pine planks that I might try and make one out of, and then if he's completely happy with it, and if he wants to spend the extra money and go with a much larger fancier piece of wood, like maybe a piece of mahogany or something like that stuff, that's going to be a much higher chunk of money. So once he if he wants something a little nicer, then I can tell him, hey, this is how much more it's going to cost, so on and so forth, and go from there. But I think it's a cool design. Hopefully I can get a few more made out, and maybe, who knows, I can sell a few. I haven't been selling much of this stuff because usually I'd sell like a flea market or something like that, and not going to those things yet because I'm not willing to risk my life to die to try and sell a couple items and that whole thing. So I might try putting a few on Facebook or something, Marketplace, and see if I can't sell a few here and there. But that was a good fun part. I haven't messed with the X-Carve for so long. I'd forgot like simple little things like like outline how to kind of make some different shapes and stuff, and I was trying different things and it wasn't working. I spent probably 2 hours on it and just was not having any real luck in the whole process. So I basically ended up posting up on one of the CNC forum groups, and they're like, hey, here it is. And I'm like, shit, thank you. I had completely brain farted that and could not find it, but finally found it. It's all good to go. Got it figured out, so that was a helpful little hint. Nice thing to have a little online community like that that's just so simple that I'd say within 15-20 minutes I had the answer, and I'd already spent a few hours and not found the answer myself. So definitely super excited to have that community to reach out to, and very appreciative of that. It's such a simple little thing that makes such a difference in your life. So also was playing on Weeble a little bit, looking at it, and it's just red day. Holy crap, everything's red. I bought a couple things here and there, some simple stuff, but it's just the stock market's tanking right now, which again, you don't lose any money until you sell it. So guys, everybody, when it's red, buy more, don't sell. It's everybody's like, oh my god, it's going red, sell it all at my loss. And I'm like, no, leave it alone, buy more. It's on sale right now. You this when you buy. You don't buy it when it's green, you buy it when it's red only. So but yeah, scary day when you look at your stock market portfolio and you're down, a few $1,000s, and you're like, holy shit. But I'm not down a few $1,000s. I'm still up over what I put in, so it's not like I'm out money yet. I haven't actually dipped into. I have never had less in it than what I put in, even from day one. I started off with $100 and turned into like 128, and then I put in like $1,000, and then I turned into 1,300, and just kept growing it from there. And I've put in a bunch now that Still nowhere near, but I think I went from being way up to being way less up. So it's kind of it's one of those days when you're like, I think I have this money, and so I really don't. Technically I've only invested X. I'm still above it, but it's kind of a crappy day. It's that weird, like you kind of have that little sad day of like, crap, I just lost a bunch of money. Other days I'm like, hey, look, I made $300 today, cool. But no, I lost like $3,000 or $4,000 today. It's kind of a shitty day. So that kind of, I don't know, kind of depressed me a little bit in the whole process. I just keep telling myself it's not money, it's not gone until you sell it. So leave it alone. It'll come back. If it always does, it might take, instead of being 6 months to get back, it might be, who knows, 2 years to get back to where I was. But I'm just gonna keep plugging a little bit of money in there every month and just keep plugging it away, and just hopefully it continues to grow, continues to make more, and it's making way more than ever would have made, like in a savings account or whatever crap at the bank, paying 1/4%. So definitely just one of those days you have to keep kind of kicking yourself, going, what am I doing here? Like, am I in the wrong field? Am I an idiot? Am I way dumber than I thought I was with this stuff? Did I make a lot of bad choices in this? But just keep putting your head down and basically keep plugging along and hoping that it turns out. So Karen got home from work, ended up making myself a chicken and rice meal with some steamed vegetables. And the chicken piece that I got, Sam's, I bought them frozen chicken breast at Sam's, and it was massive. Like the one piece barely fit in the top of the steamer, and normally I put 2 in there, and I was like, holy crap, what the hell? Well, a long time ago we had one normal piece and one big piece, and the big piece didn't cook all the way through, so I just cut around the parts that was cooked, threw the other part away because we had plenty of chicken to eat it. Well, this one I'm taking one big breast and we're going to split it, so I have to figure it out as I'm cutting it up to split it up between the two of us. Really, it's not cooked in the middle, and I'm like, shit. So I just diced. Actually, I had Karen chop it all up for me. I heated up a little bit of oil in the pan, a little bit of water, and finished basically cooking it off in a skillet to basically cook it all the way through, because who wants to eat raw chicken? So went ahead, knocked it out. We had ourselves a beautiful little dinner. Lots of leftover rice. I put in more rice than I usually need for a meal, but I have to put in at least 2 or 3 cups, probably 3 cups and stuff, just to have enough water in there to actually have it steam my meat, to cook it all the way through too. So went ahead, of course didn't have enough, but I had leftover rice, so we got, who knows, I gotta make a lunch tomorrow out of it or something, or I'll just feed it to my dog, because rice is good for dogs too. So I'll give him some rice and whatnot and go from there. But yeah, ended up playing a little bit of pinball, kind of played around a little bit of stuff. She ended up, we play basically 4 players, so she's player 1, I'm player 2, she's player 3, I'm player 4, and she ended up going through and she ended up beating me both rounds, so she basically was 2 up on me. And she's like, okay, we can call it a night. I'm like, oh, what the hell, like, this is kind of those things, you beat me, over and over, then you want to quit. We need to set a day, how many games we're going to play, so we know the level is that I was giving her a hard time. So we kind of had a good time, so I went to bed and she was beating me on, all 4 games of pinball, which doesn't usually happen too often, but it's kind of those good feelings for her to go to bed as a winner, this kind of thing. And she said she wanted to get in the hot tub when Bruce had knocked her down yesterday. Said she's feeling a little sore. I said, cool, come on out. So after we got to play ball, I came out here, watching some Hulu and stuff, and had a cigar, waiting for her to come out, and did the hot tub, getting ready for her to hop in any moment she wants to come out, getting a top all ready for her and that. And she never showed up. And I was like, oh, wait, take long. But I realized by the time I realized it's too late, when I said, aren't you coming out? She goes, oh, I decided not to. And I said, okay, cool. I went ahead and closed the tub up 100%, so I wasn't had to worry about that. But no big deal. We chatted a little bit in bed, kind of talked about a few things here and there, and watched some more Prime or Hulu. I think we watched Hulu in there. Don't matter what we watched, but watched a little show, and then basically threw on a comedy special. I ended up putting on a Ron White special tonight, which I normally don't do, but I'd seen it before, so it wasn't like I was, I like to fall asleep to a comedy special, something I've already heard, so I know what joke's coming. It just helps put me to sleep. So headed off and wrapped it up and called it a night. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.